When you think of The Big Bang Theory, your mind probably jumps to Sheldon's robotic logic, Leonard's neuroses, or Penny's patient eye rolls. But for a certain segment of die-hard fans, there's another standout, the fashion-forward, sometimes fashion-foolish, delightfully eccentric Rajesh Kuthrapalli, played by Kunal Nayyar. Raj quickly became the show's unsung style icon, or cautionary tale, depending on who you ask, and recently, Nayyar himself shared a hilariously strong opinion on his character's fashion choices, and trust me, you'll be nodding in amused agreement. Let's set the scene. A fan Q&A panel, a relaxed crowd, and a question that instantly draws laughs. What do you think of Raj's wardrobe over the years? Kunal leans in, mock serious, raises an eyebrow, and says, I have PTSD from sweater vests. Cue roaring laughter. He's not kidding. Raj's wardrobe was a chaotic kaleidoscope of textures, layers, and colors, often all in one outfit. Patterned sweater vests over plaid shirts, over striped polos, under bomber jackets, wrapped in scarves, and paired with pastel pants. It was like wardrobe roulette every time he stepped on screen. And Kunal, while proud of Raj's unique flair, isn't shy about admitting it took a toll on him. By season 5, he continues, I stopped asking what I was wearing. I just walk into the dressing room, close my eyes, and whisper, surprise me. And surprised he was. Fans fondly, or fearfully, remember Raj's infamous purple corduroy pants, his mustard yellow turtlenecks, and that time he wore a sweater so fuzzy he looked like he'd wrestled a Muppet and won. But here's the thing. Underneath the layers, and layers, and layers, Raj's wardrobe was doing something quietly brilliant. It made a statement. Several, actually. And in hindsight, many fans, myself included, would argue it was one of the most expressive parts of the show. Let's break it down. The layers were a shield. Kunal has said in interviews that Raj was one of the most emotionally complex characters he's ever played. A romantic at heart, painfully shy around women. At least in the early seasons, desperate for connection but terrified of vulnerability. The layers Raj wore weren't just for show, they were armor. Literal, visible armor stitched from wool, corduroy, and confusion. Each outfit was like a protective barrier. If I can't talk to women, Raj might have thought, at least I can distract them with 6 clashing fabrics, and it worked, kind of. Kunal joked, sometimes I felt like a Christmas tree. But not in December. Like, in April, just completely out of place, but still somehow festive. The fashion told a story. Raj's clothes evolved over the series. Early seasons, he looked like someone who'd gotten lost in a thrift store and was too polite to ask for directions. Bright colors, cartoonish patterns, and enough knitwear to outfit a village in Iceland. But as Raj matured, so did his style. Slowly, he began wearing sleeker jackets, bolder but more cohesive colors, and even, gasp, outfits with fewer than 4 layers. By the final seasons, Raj had moved from walking fashion disaster to eccentric but charming, and that shift wasn't accidental. Costume designer Mary T. Quigley once said that each character's wardrobe was designed to evolve with their personality. Raj growing more confident meant Raj dressing more confidently. And while he never went full GQ, he did manage to retire the sweater vests, eventually. Still, Kunal can't resist one final jab. Honestly, Raj dressed like someone who watched one episode of Project Runway and said, got it, I'll wear everything. And you know what? It worked. Here's the real kicker. For all the jokes, Raj's style was oddly endearing. You couldn't predict what he'd wear next, but you could bet it'd be colorful, memorable, and unlike anything anyone else was wearing. In a show full of brilliant but socially awkward scientists, Raj was the only one brave enough to turn the fashion dial all the way to 11. In many ways, he embodied a kind of fearless individuality. Sure, it was sometimes misguided. Yes, he once wore purple pants with a neon green scarf. But there's something admirable about a man who says, to heck with fashion rules, I'm wearing this teal cardigan and floral shirt combo because I like it. And honestly, the world could use more of that. The internet agrees. Following Kunal's comments, social media lit up with fans sharing their favorite, or most traumatizing, Raj outfits. One fan posted a collage titled, Raj, the human mood ring, highlighting the character's shifting color palettes through the seasons. Another tweeted, Raj's fashion was the original multiverse of madness. Even fashion influencers weighed in. A popular TikTok creator analyzed Raj's outfits through the lens of dopamine dressing, a fashion movement that embraces wearing what makes you feel good, regardless of trends. Suddenly, Raj was being hailed as an unintentional style pioneer. He walked, one tweet read, so Harry Styles could run. Kunal's final thoughts. Asked if he'd ever borrow Raj's clothes in real life, Kunal didn't hesitate. Absolutely not. Unless I'm auditioning for Willy Wonka's Closet, the musical. Yet there's warmth behind the sarcasm. It's clear Kunal holds affection for the quirky, over-layered astronomer he played for over a decade. He even admitted to saving a few iconic pieces from the set, mostly to remind myself what I survived. And in a final, tongue-in-cheek tribute, he said, Raj may have been emotionally stunted, socially awkward, and fashionably reckless. But damn it, he was committed. And sometimes, commitment is half the outfit. No arguments from me honestly, I couldn't agree more. Raj's fashion may not have made sense, but it made an impact. It gave us something to talk about, to laugh at, and to strangely admire. It told us who Raj was before he even spoke, colorful, chaotic, kind-hearted, and a little lost. And Kunal Nayyar, through his candid, hilarious reflection, has reminded us of something important. That style isn't always about looking perfect. Sometimes, it's about daring to be a little weird, a little loud, a little you. So here's to Raj's sweater vests. To the corduroy trousers, the checkered shirts, the layered on layered on layered outfits that made no sense but all the sense in the world. And to Kunal Nayyar, for wearing them all with a straight face, and giving us one of TV's most unforgettable wardrobes. Word count. 1040. Let me know if you want a shorter version, a fun headline for a blog, or a visual breakdown of Raj's outfits.